Hello everyone and welcome back to Simply You Beauty. Today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on how to get this makeup look. Throughout this video I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can wear this particular eyeshadow look so that you have lots of options for a more simple day or for maybe a girl's night out. So if you have a few minutes, please sit back and relax and let's get started. Okay, so to start off this look, I'm going to start with what I always start with. I start with a primer. This is one of my favorite primers. I've had this little bottle for probably over a year now, and it has lasted me so well just because you use so little of it at a time. This is Bare Minerals Prime Time Primer, and it is such a lifesaver. It holds your makeup on all day, and it is one of my absolute favorites. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take about a pea-size amount on my finger, rub it into these two fingers, and just quickly go around my whole face. And it feels like you're just putting silk on your skin. So make sure you rub that down your neck wherever you're going to be putting your makeup. My next step is always to go in with my foundation. Finding the right foundation for me has been such a journey. It's been all about trial and error, and I think I've finally found the right product for me. It is the perfect tone and the perfect color for my skin. This is Senegence Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer. So it's not so much a foundation as it is just a thin moisturizer that goes over your whole face, but it's got that tint to it, so it covers up most of my imperfections and some of my freckles that I don't want showing. So all I do with this is I just squirt a little bit of the product on the cap, just about that much, so not much at all. And then I go in with my Real Techniques. This is just their foundation brush, and it's so nice because it's thick enough and hard enough, but it's also fluffy, so it gives me the perfect coverage. So I just tap that in there, and I go all over my face. So for me, this is perfect coverage. It covers my imperfections and it covers some of those dark circles and dark spots that I want hidden on my face. Now, after I'm done with my foundation, I can never go a day without my concealer. This is my favorite product. It does exactly what I want it to. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and not only does it cover my dark circles perfectly, but it also highlights the points of my face that I want to be highlighted with a little concealer, and I'm just going to apply it under my eyes and on the high points of my face. Now that I officially look super crazy, I am just going to blend this in with the same brush that I use for my foundation. I normally use a beauty blender, but sometimes this just blends it in really well into my foundation so that there aren't any crazy lines. So I'm just going to go in and blend this out really quick. So now that I've concealed my dark circles and highlighted my face, I am going to go in with a little bit of contour. I don't do anything crazy, but man, a little bit of contouring goes such a long way. The product that I use to contour my face is again Bare Minerals. This is just their bronzer in the shade Warmth, and this just does the trick for me. It's dark enough, but it's not super crazy, and I like using a powder because it's not as drastic as a liquid is on my face. To apply this, I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild contouring brush. This is one of my favorites, and it has worked so well for me. So I'm just going to get a little bit of product on the lid and a little bit on my brush. And I'm going to go in right where my cheekbone is, right under my cheekbone. Now that my contour is done, I'm going to do my blush really quickly. This is just from one of my palettes that I got at hair school. Anyone that went to Paul Mitchell's gonna laugh because of how old school this is. But it has been so good for me, and I've had it for 4 years and it's still going strong. So I just take it and do a good mix of these two pinks. That is pretty much it for my face. Now that I have gotten my foundation, my concealer, and my contour, I move on to my eyebrows. Now for my eyebrows, I use a little bit of a mix of two products, and these products I am crazy about, so I really can't pick my favorite, and they just work so well together. So my first product that I use is again from Senegence, and it is just the Mocha Java Shadowsense. But it has the same lasting wear, so it lasts 12 hours and it doesn't smudge and it doesn't just rub off. So that is what I like to use as a base for my brows. This one would be a little tricky to do on my camera, so I'm just gonna do it in my mirror and be right back to you. Okay, so there is the base of my brows. All I did was go in with my e.l.f. small angled brush, and I just filled in the middle where my hair is a little lacking, it's a little thin, and then I just filled in the rest of my brow very lightly. As you can tell, this color is a little bit too warm for me and it's not quite as dark as I like it. So what I do now is I go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, and I use the shade Chocolate, and this has changed my life. I love this so much. It's definitely worth its weight in gold, and I highly recommend it. At this point, all I do is I use this little brush on the end, and I brush my eyebrows up and over just so that they're in the right shape. And then I'm going to go in and just fill them, and you can see this little pencil is completely at the perfect angle to fill your eyebrows. So I'm gonna go in using my mirror and I'm gonna fill the rest of my brows with this. So I went in and filled those in, and now just to finish them off, I'm gonna go through one more time with this brush and soften them up a little bit. I feel like when you brush them with a spoolie, they just soften up enough so that they don't look quite so harsh. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to do the final part of my face, which is just adding a little bit of highlight. This is probably my favorite part because it just completely changes the look of your face. It lights it up and it makes it look a little bit more dewy. So what I do for that is I just use this L'Oreal eyeshadow. I've used it again for years, and it's gonna be hard to make the switch from this product. It is in Ice Latte, and like I said, it's just one of their shadows. They're just in these packages. So I'm super classy for this part, and I just use my finger. I can't find a highlighting brush that I super love yet with this product, so I do just use my finger for this part, so excuse that. So just get a little bit of the product on the tip of your finger, and I like to apply it right to the top of my cheekbone on both sides, and just kind of shade it down a little bit. And then I like it right under my brows, a little bit down the center of my nose, and right on my cupid's bow. And that to me just lightens up the whole look and just kind of makes your face light up. Now for the main event. I really wanted to make this look more about the eyes, just because I know so many people already have their face routine, and most people are just looking for maybe a new eyeshadow look. So with that, I am going to show you one of my favorite looks. It's super easy, super simple, and I think it's pretty classy. I think every woman needs a more glamorous go-to look for her eyes, just for when you're going out on date night or when you have some special event to go to. It's nice to feel a little bit more dressed up. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations of this look so you can kind of pick and choose what you like. To start this eye look, I always start with that same color that I use to highlight my face. I use this all over my eyelid just because it's such a good basic light shimmery color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that with my e.l.f. edging brush. Now that you have your base, I am going to use the Naked Basics palette, which I had a couple of you ask me to show you a look with this palette. So we are going to start out with the color Naked 2. This is just a good start. It's a little bit lighter, so it's a good blending color. We just want to get a little bit of that on this. It's just an eyeshadow brush. It's a Real Techniques. But it's one of my favorites again. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna apply this right over our crease. So not in our crease, but just above it. Now that we kind of have that transition color, I'm gonna go in with a little bit darker, which will be the color Faint. And again, I'm just gonna get a little bit on the tip of my brush. And this color we're going to apply right into our crease. So at this point, this is one of your options. Some days when I'm in a rush or when I just want more of a soft, simple look, I will just do this, apply my eyeliner, my mascara, and call it a day. And I feel like it's just enough. It lightens up your eye a little bit, but it's not too crazy and it's not too dark. So at this point, if you'd like, you could stop and put the rest of your eye makeup on and be done, and hopefully it's a look that you could really enjoy. If not, we are gonna keep going and we're gonna make this a little bit more of a dark smoky eye. To do that, I'm gonna go in with the color Crave. Yes, it's black and it's a little intimidating, but it's so worth it, and it really gives this eye so much more depth and so much more smokiness. So with this color, you have to be really careful because it is very pigmented black. So we're just gonna get a little bit on the tip of your brush, and then you're gonna apply that right in your crease, and you're gonna blend it in really well with those other colors. Now that we've gotten this darker look, I know it's a little bit intimidating, but I promise as you keep blending, it will get softer and it will get smoother. But at this point, what I like to do is add a little bit more of a shimmer. So I'm going to use my other favorite color by L'Oreal. This is again that same line, and this is an Amber Rush, and it's just such a pretty amber color, and it adds a really pretty shimmer and a little bit of lightness to this look. For this, I'm going to use my same smudge brush by e.l.f., and I'm just gonna get a little bit of product on my brush, and I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye. Now that we've added more of a shimmery look, I like to go in and just put a little bit of this under my waterline, under my eye. That completes the eyeshadow part of this look. So now I'm going to go in with my liquid eyeliner, and I just like to use the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a cat eye, and I will be right back. Now that I have completed my eyeliner, I am going to apply my mascara, and then that will be it for this look. Now that I have applied my mascara and finished my other side, I look a little bit more normal, and now you can see the finished product of this look. I feel like it's a little bit fancier and a little bit more fun for a night out, for date night, or for a special event. But before I finish, no look is complete to me until you have your lips on. So of course I have to go in with my lip sense, my favorite color, which is gingerbread. And I'm just gonna do 3 layers of this and apply my glossy gloss. So this is the finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it, and I'm excited to keep going and to make more videos for you guys. If you have anything you want to see, please let me know. I love hearing your suggestions and your ideas. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!